Hello everyone. I will be talking about introduction to SignalR. I've just inspected the audience, and it looks like it's not too many people know about it or just heard about it. Read a couple of articles, and actually it's been introduced like 2 years back, and I wonder why it's not widely used, because it's great.
Actually, it is. Office Online uses it.
Yeah, but not us. Like most of our applications, real-time applications, and we never use it. And this is actually may relate to your asynchronous things, where this allows a server to push notifications to all the clients. All right. Okay. So what's SignalR? SignalR is basically a library that abstracts away server push. So if you know Facebook and the chat, definitely they are not doing an interval to check every 10 seconds if someone has sent you a message, right? So basically they have this technique of pushing the messages from the server to the connected clients. So what SignalR have done, because we've got IE that is not working and we've got Chrome that works and so on, so and people are inventing techniques for IE to work, so they simplified all of this technical mess and provided a simple programming model so we can use. All right, so this is the agenda. We'll speak about what were people used before SignalR, how SignalR actually worked in context with these techniques, and a quick demo from a web page, and then a demo from Xamarin, and then we'll have a Q&A. All right, so before, like in 2007 or something, I'll start from the bottom because this is the most old one. And there's another one that we all know. So the first one is Ajax interval, like every 10 seconds, what's happening. The Ajax long pooling, this is a cool technique where the client sends a request to the server, okay, what's happening? And the server goes into infinite loop till he finds something or timeout. So if he times out, the client will initiate another request. If the server finds something, he will bring back whatever information, and this will eliminate a bit, like 2-3 seconds instead of you are doing every 10 seconds. Forever frame, this is I haven't never seen it before, but they say they have invented something for IE to create a hidden frame I can actually show you here, to create a hidden frame and change the encoding of the HTTP to be chunked, and then you will start listening to stuff coming to the HTTP connection. Yeah, weird stuff. So. Server events is being introduced with HTML5, and you change your content type to be event stream, and then you can start listening to data sent back from the server, and then you can do something. So this is the weird thing, and this is, yeah, I never actually used it, but I heard that Facebook was using it. So how actually SignalR works in context with these techniques? So this and this is techniques. Like, yeah, we are working with HTTP 1.1 and we try to work around it. This is a technology and this is a technology. So what SignalR is doing is basically doing a handshake between your client and your server, and inspect the technology here and start falling back from WebSockets, which is a great thing. It's basically a pipe between the client and the server, and a duplex, like the client sends data to the server, and server respond or send data on its own, like no one is doing refresh or something. The server send data to the client, right? This one is, yeah, it's a bit good. This one is horrible. This one is horrible. And what SignalR is doing is falling back. Okay, I am Chrome, IIS 8, I will use this one. I am Xamarin, I tested in Xamarin, and Xamarin is using this technique. I am Xamarin, IIS 8, I will use this one. I am IE or something, and I am Windows 7 or whatever, IIS 7, I will use this one. And you write the same code, basically. You don't. Right, so let's look at demo. So here I have, this is an application I'm doing in Xamarin, and I said, okay, I want to do the SignalR, let's try. So this is an MVC application. So basically, to have Xamarin, to have SignalR, you need to install the what is it called? NuGet package for SignalR, and create a startup class. Say, okay, I want my app to be SignalR ready, and this basically configures some some routes. So because definitely you are sending requests to the server, so your server needs to understand that there is SignalR happening, so requests will come in a different way. And there's two ways to have SignalR endpoints. One of them is to create a class that extends hub, right? And there's another one, and hub is basically some like abstract way of providing the SignalR endpoint. It's like a controller, right? And there is another one called persistent connection, which gives you more what is it called? Hooks, like when someone connects, when someone rejoins a group, when someone whatever, gives you more control. And here I'm basically saying I'm as a hub called tasks hub. I'm exposing an endpoint called client connected. So if client's out there in the wild, and then he can connect to my hub and say, send a message, send client connected. And here I'm exposing another message, another function says send task. And what this is doing is basically reaching for all the clients. And this is a very important bit, reaching for the clients. So client, I'm sitting here, I connected to the hub like 5 minutes ago, I'm sitting here, and then this line is reaching for the client and executing this function on the client. And here I'm reaching for all the clients and I'm executing add task. And this is just to demonstrate that I can have unconnected and disconnected and so on. And this is all what I need to write for the server side. I don't need to write anything else. If we look at the server code, I wrote the JavaScript inside the view, which is wrong, but that's fine. So I have here basically, this is a very good thing here. First, it's a jQuery extension, which is bad. But I'm not sure if there is another stuff than jQuery, because if you are using jQuery and Angular, yeah, people will get iffy. Anyways, so you've got jQuery, and then you've got jQuery to SignalR, and this is what the app.map SignalR. What SignalR is doing is basically when you build your application, it provides you with this route. In this route, when you put it in the browser, you get some generated JavaScript, and we may actually have a quick look at what this looks like. Yes. Yeah, I get this a lot, that's fine. Just close it and run it again. I was opening. So this is the route, and you will find this is generated JavaScript, and you will find here that I have client. Sorry. How to do this?
Control bar.
Yeah. I'm on Mac. So I can't do this. This good? All right. So I've got here. All right. I lost context. So you will find here these functions that I wrote in my hub is being generated here. So this means that it's an object, like in your JavaScript. When you start executing this, you will find them and it will send the message to the server. And you will find here that it's giving me an empty property right here called client, and this will allow me to subscribe to the events that the server is going to send. So if we look at the JavaScript here, I am just getting a reference to the tasks hub. So this is, as I said, jQuery. So $connection tasks hub. This is the one that I created, and then in here I am in the start. This is actually the very important line. And this was doing the handshaking and defining which technology I'm going to use. I'm going to use WebSocket, server sent event, or so on. And I'm just doing here, like I'm telling the client, the server, I've connected, and I will send my name. And then I'm saying, when the user clicks on add task, I'm going to create the JSON object and send it to the server. And here, as you can see, task to client and subscribing here to the events that the server is going to send to me. All right? Looks fine? Let's try. So I go here to, oops, Arabic, go back. Oh. So first ask me your name. All right, well, let's take this and open it in another window. as you can see, that I didn't write any code to take this whatever I wrote and put it in any div or something. I just subscribe because once I hit this and enter some name here. Well, again, right? I am sending to the server, and the server is bouncing back this message to me and all the clients. So you can see here, I do this, it comes to me and comes to the other connected client. And we can have a look at what do we see in the developers tools. I have to refresh this because Chrome doesn't. Well, again. And you can see here that I have frames, and this is the message that I sent. Well, again, and when I send a message here, bring something, I switch back and I find it's the same connection. I didn't have this, this extra connection get manifested in Helix and so on. So I have one connection going from the server to the client and from the client to the server. And the good thing that you actually can reach to the client and send them a notification, a real-time notification. And this is actually like chatting application or like data shorting application or something. This will be very cool. So this is the web demo. Now I will go back to the beginning. I will go to the Xamarin demo. And the reason I'm doing this is basically to show you that it's providing the same programming model. Like it's not totally different thing. And this is a good thing. Yeah. Anyways, so I have here tasks client is basically a wrapper around the hub and the proxy and so on. So I have two main objects here. I have the connection object, which connects me to the server, and then I have a hub proxy, which is the object that corresponds to my hub on the server. And I'm doing a singleton, so all the application is using one instance, and then I am instantiating a new instance, giving it the IP or the address of the web server, and using the same connection I'm telling it, all right, this server, go and grab an instance that I can communicate with the name task hub, and this match the name that I have here, task hub. All right, so I say connect. Connect is basically subscribing to whatever the server can send to me, like add task, new client connected, and so on. And it's async await. So this is the bit that's doing the negotiation and defining which transport layer communication model that I'm going to use, and continue with, and I'm notifying the server, yeah, I've connected from Android. And I've got two functions here to say, okay, send the task and client connected. So let's see this, if this is working. It's here. All right, so first I will say connect to the hub. This is the IP, I'm just doing it so someone can change it. Connecting, and then because I'm posting server, I'm connected, and the server reaches out to all the clients from Android connected. And if we go back to here you will find from Android happening. And yeah, so if I come here and say task, it's better to, sorry, task from Chrome, and add task appears here and here, and you go here, you find notification task from Chrome. That's it. One second.
That's it from the demo, not the presentation.
Q&A. I can answer some questions. All right. So what else? So basically, you can have groups. So every connected client, you can get the client connection ID, which is a grid, and you can have groups and have group names and send messages. Yes.
What value do I get from SignalR that I do not actually get from using whatever the methods that you have listed?
First, you don't have to care about which client are you using. You are writing one simplified programming model, and this thing goes and figure out which is better to use, and it's reliable and working. and doesn't matter you are using it from Xamarin. Like I use Xamarin because it's weird. Like to go and use it from Xamarin, you have to bring the NuGet packages from Xamarin, but it's working and worked well.
I think also now you mentioned something about having groups and stuff. You have to build this yourself if you're creating everything from scratch. So
if one of the clients gets disconnected and missed a few messages, is there any?
Yeah, then you have to do the work yourself. You have to
So there's not.
Because it's real time. I'm bringing you a phone for the phone something. I called you. It gives. You need to save your messages. A clear example is let's say it's a chat room. So you log into the chat room. So it gives you all the messages. And then the rest is basically, I am reaching for you quickly till I get and save my code, save it to the database or something. But if you are doing it with interval, you are every time calling the server, you are going to the database, bringing the messages, filtering them out, sending it to him.
So the right way would be maybe the client, when it's connected, it will send which is the last message that you received. So then you will
So when you log in, you go bring the messages, and then the rest of the real-time stuff is being used by SignalR. And also you can execute the hubs from the controller. For instance, someone logs into the system through a controller, from a web, what is it called? Controller, right? Controller action and so on. So you can have access from the action to the hub and say, okay, reach out to all the connected clients and send this message to them.
It's also nice that the server knows that the client is connected. You don't get this in the normal web.
Yes.
And is there any limitation about the amount of clients that concurrent?
So I didn't hear about this, but what I wanted to talk also about is how to scale up. This is happening in the memory, right? So the connected clients and so on. But if you have a cloud or you have a farm and you are connected to a load balancer, and this is actually there is solutions for SignalR to scale out using SQL Server or something else or Redis. Sorry? Yeah, Redis. So you can actually with SQL Server, I read about it. You issue a command to create the tables for you, and it uses something in SQL Server to when you receive a message, you go to SQL Server, and SQL Server reaches out to the connected farm servers to reach out to their clients and send it. Thank you.